All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakach Wadash, that belong to our apostles, the elders, and the bishops of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. Shalom unto you. Your brothers are quiet with another video. I just want to go into this from the Washington Post. It says, economy. Truck drivers are leaving boost and bust supply chain jobs. Okay. Earnings plummet as retailers work through swollen inventory and consumers spend more on in-person experiences. Okay. So this is something, is basically a sign of the times that this place is collapsing. This goes into this guy, David Pedro, right there, showing that. And matter of fact, I'm going to read it, because this is pretty good, and it shows you where the economy is going. It said the freight boom that had drawn him into trucking was starting to ebb. They say ebb and flow, meaning it recedes down, and then flow, it kind of booms a little bit, right? It says after nearly 3 years of free spending, consumers have finally bought just about all the computers, televisions, furniture, and clothes they could use, with all these money that they were giving out. Now that the what's the word I'm looking for? That inflation is upon us, and rising. Now people have to make decisions about what they're going to purchase, what they're going to spend their money on. Are they going to spend it on food, or are they going to spend it on buying more consumer products? Okay. It says that meant fewer boxes, cartons, and containers need to be moved around the country, and less work for drivers like Pedro. Okay, suddenly the lucrative round trips from his home outside Boston to Chicago or Milwaukee paid barely enough to cover his gas, tolls, insurance, and repairs, leaving little profit to compensate him for the long days away from his family. All right, the expenses are higher than what you're making, said Pedro. It's not worth my time. Okay? And it shows you that this is what's happening. This is the trend. This is one of the curses that's coming to this place. Okay? Not going to get into this as much. You can read it. I mean, there's plenty of this yellow trucking corp. Okay, freight terminal. This is the Kansas City one. Okay. It's collapsed. They're like the second or third. Matter of fact, let's see if I thought I had an article on that. I'll just show that. I couldn't find the article, but I'll just click on this real quick from Reuters.com. It says, why is Yellow Freight shutting down? July 31st, Reuters. Cash-strapped U.S. trucking company Yellow Corp, right, has ceased operations and is filing for bankruptcy after failing to reorganize and refinance over $1 billion in debt, the Teamsters Union said on Sunday. So just 2 days ago. They're in financial trouble. Yeah, troubled trucking company Yellow Corp is shutting down and heading for a bankruptcy, the Teamsters said Monday. An official bankruptcy filing is expected any day for Yellow after years of financial struggles and growing debt. Okay. Showing you that this is going down, man. 30,000 jobs are threatened. Okay. Tapes apologies and ending operations. Okay. Showing you that this is going down. So what does this actually mean if you can't get someone to ship things across the country for you? Well, you're not going to be able to fill the stores. If you can't fill the stores, the demand for it is going to grow. And if you can't meet that demand, someone either has to come in and save the day, which we know who that's going to be. We know this government is going to come in and try to act like we got the answer for it, and it's going to be in this CBDC. Okay? And you'll get your CBDC cash allotment, put up on your CHIP. Okay? This is the game. This is the future prophecy of what's going down. You put it on the C hip, man, and boom, you got it now. Okay? It's the answer to all your prayers, but you don't realize if you take that C hip, you're pledging your allegiance unto the beast and his system and his image. All right? So let's go back to the article. There's no more to even talk about with the article, really. All right? This is just what it is. Let me hit some scriptures. All right? Let's go to, I'm not going to go to the C hip. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes 12. We'll start at verse 1. Remember now the Creator, thy Creator, in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. What evil days? When the economic collapse comes. Okay? When there's chaos in these streets. Okay? Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, and coming back to the Lord and correcting my ways. While the sun and the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the cloud return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, the workers, okay? And those that look out the windows be darkened. There's nothing to see concerning the future. Those financial planners and you know, those financial analysts can see that it's all bad heading for the future. There's plenty of YouTubers out there and content creators that show you this fact that this is coming down. The different Money Matters shows, and I can't think of Redacted, different shows, man, show this stuff. Okay? There used to be a page on YouTube called World Alternative Media. They took that off. Probably some way to find it by now. Okay, but they used to talk about these things all the time, showing you how things are truly shutting down. Okay? Where's all the strip malls at? Gone. Where's all the money being invested here in America? Gone. Because people aren't buying just goods like that anymore. They got to be concerned with, do I put gas in my car, or do I buy food for the next few days? You know, do I add meat to this dish, or do I, you know, or do I have another meal for another day, or do I pay this light bill or this gas bill entirely? You know, these are decisions that people have to make. All right. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. Everybody's gonna be open. It's gonna be. You think the lockdown was something? The doors are really gonna be shut and not return to open. Like they shut down these small businesses, they're gonna shut down all the business here in America. Then what the people gonna do? Hey, understand, these trucking companies going down, this is just one for now. Soon these Walmarts and all these grocery stores, they're gonna be shutting down as well. And there's only 3 days worth of food. That's why within that first 28 hours, you see people loot these stores out. The coldest thing the brother said that he heard, and I always liked how he said it, back in the 92 riots, he was like, he asked the Hispanic guy, why are you out here looting? He said, because if I don't, there ain't going to be nothing left. You know? Not like nothing for free for me to get. There's not going to be my necessities out here anymore. They're taking everything. Okay? It says, when the sound of the grinding is low, and the sound of the grinding is really whittling down. It was great when everybody was trying to get everybody to go back to work. But when you look at the numbers of 10 years ago until now, hey man, it's bad. You wonder how some of these companies can even afford to stay in business. Some of them, now we know the Amazons and places like that made a killing. All the Walmarts and stuff that stayed open made a killing, but everybody else had to shut down. But the major corporations got to stay open. Okay, we can see this a mile away. If you couldn't see that, hey, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We've seen what he was doing. He was hoarding up all the money and giving you no way to move around. Okay, no options out there like we used to have. Hey, colder part, they put their camera systems out there for facial recognition and so on and so forth. All right. Anyway, it says, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird and not the alarm clock. Okay, there's no reason to get up before the cock crow, before the birds. There's no reason to wake up. To go where? To work? There's no jobs. Okay? It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? All these things is what's going on in these times. Now, let me jump over to the prophecies in the book of Esdras, second Esdras particularly. We're going to go right to the 15th chapter. And we're going to go to verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. The modern day sword is a gun. People picked up a lot of guns with that PPP and that other stimulus money. It says, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Not only will he not have the gas to move around, he thought, I'm going to walk. Yeah, okay. Well, there'll be martial law going on, not letting you into this other area, across the tracks, across town. Okay? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, because he can't go into the stores and get what he needs, particularly the food. So he's going to go to the neighbor and be like, hey, man, I saw you, you got that chip, right? Okay, great. Yeah, you got some bread that you can spare? I really don't have it. Oh, okay, well, open the door, man. Kick the door in and lay his family down for his food. All right? It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is what's coming. Okay? Jump to the 16th chapter. I was right there. Yep. I'm going to go straight to the point. Yep. I go straight here, 21, 2nd Esdras 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Because things are cheap and you can get it at easy access in Temu and whatever, Amazon or whatever else. You think it's all good, man. It ain't. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, killing, right? Famine, all these food processing plants are being burned down and shut down. Okay, and great confusion. There's cow kills, fish kills, all these things where people have food, and all those things being destroyed. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, starvation, and even to the point where cannibalism is coming back. Okay, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Those that are able to that stored up some food, the sword's still gonna come through. People gonna come through and kill you for your food. Okay, you're gonna be cast off or whatever. It's look, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. Nobody's gonna care to bury you. They're just gonna kill you, and you're gonna stink, and it's gonna be just bad. Diseases and so on and so forth going on here. Okay, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Them jobs are gone. Who cares if things overgrow? What benefit is it? Who cares if things need to be watered when there's all types of chemical spills and all the water population is starting to go into the vegetation and just messing up the land? And eventually going to get into the water supply and into the food of the people and start affecting the people. Okay? So this trucker thing shutting down is a bad sign for America. Okay? And for you that believe in this place. All right? Another showing, another sign. It said effects and endings and effects and signs. I didn't even read that one. It was right there in the chapter. It says... verse, the 15th chapter, straight to the point. The 9th chapter, excuse me. Verse 5, 2 Ezra 9, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end is being manifested right before our eyes. Even so, the times of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And this is one of the signs that this is the end. Okay? Things shutting down. Even if they were to try to come back to water screw, the money and the economy ain't gonna bounce back again. How many times can it bounce back without it hyperinflating and collapsing? These other nations, if you watch these other nations make these moves, they're trying to cut America out the deal, trying to circumvent the dollar, trying to find other ways to trade oil around this dollar, trying to get it through other places because pipeline 2 was messed up. Okay? All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying, man. You got to know that this is the end. You better get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, you better put in your work that builds your faith. Go through these experiences without complaining. Pray, fast. Okay, and practice fasting, man. Because it takes practice so you don't bug the hell out. What keeps you... I need to post that. I need to find it. He says when they say when you fast, it's not that you're just not eating. It's not that you're just not eating. I'm a physically fast. No, you're supposed to spiritually fast. How do you spiritually fast? You keep your flesh away from food, but then you give your spirit to the Lord. You spend that time reading and studying with the Lord. Okay? These are the things that it's going to take to build you up to be able to withstand the evil day. Okay? To not lose your head and lose your mind when everybody's turning on you, when your loved ones have turned on you. Okay? When you got nothing and you got to take your family out and your children out to live, in the streets or whatever the case may be, at a cousin or a neighbor house until they get evicted. And then it's just going to continue to get worse and worse. All right. So anyway, we're blessed to know this information. All right. We're blessed to have the warning of these things to come so we can prepare ourselves for it mentally, even physically and spiritually. Okay. That we don't bug out and forsake our maker. Okay. So Lord willing, this was edifying, man. I want to give all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachakodash. Double honor to our apostles, the elders, and the bishops of the great millstone who teach, guide, and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. Until the next one, Shalom.